competition. This quiz not only showcases their hard work and learning, but as we deepen our shared appreciation of Anguilla's rich heritage and the significance of Anguilla Day. A special thank you to our dedicated teachers, principal, parents, and supporters who continue to inspire and encourage our students to ensure our history is not forgotten. Let us enjoy this event, cheer each other on, and celebrate the power of education in shaping our future and our nation. Today is their moment to shine. Let's give them a round of applause. And again, good morning. Let us all stand for a word of prayer. All heads bowed, all eyes closed. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with hearts filled of gratitude and joy. Thank you for the gift of this new day, for the opportunity to gather together in learning, fellowship, and celebration. We praise you for the bright young minds present here today, for their talent, their curiosity, and their dedication. We ask that you fill this space with your peace and your presence. May every student feel confident, encouraged, and uplifted. Bless this quiz, O God, that it may be a time of growth, fun, and unity. May each participant do their best and support one another with kindness and respect. Let your light guide us, and may all here be in your glory. In your name we pray, amen. Okay, please be seated. Stand please for the national song. Let's stand again for the national song. Little ones, please stand at attention. After 2, 1, 2. God bless and reign, nurture and keeper, noble and beauty as she stands midst the sea. O land of the happy, our heaven will make thee. Our lives and love we give unto thee. With heart and soul we build a nation proud, strong and free. We love her water, tell to our hearts for eternity. Let truth and right our banner be, we'll march ever on. Let truth and right our banner be, we'll march ever on. Mighty will make her, long may she prosper. God grant her leaders wisdom and grace, with glory and honor, ever attend her. Firm shall she stand throughout every age. With heart and soul we build a nation proud, strong and free. We love you so much. Please be seated. We'll now welcome Mr. Bryn Romney, Chief Education Officer, as he welcomes us.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
That's a little better. It is indeed a pleasure to warmly welcome each of you to the annual Inter-Primary Schools Anguilla Day Quiz, hosted here at Morris Vanterpool Primary School. And to those joining us via live stream on Facebook, a heartfelt welcome to you as well. Today, as we celebrate the 58th anniversary of the 1967 Anguilla Revolution, we gather not just for a competition, but for a meaningful occasion that honors our past, shapes our present, and informs our future. This event is a vital part of our national calendar. It serves to connect our youngest citizens with a rich heritage, courageous legacy, and resilient spirit of the Anguillan people. I must extend high commendation to the 3 public primary schools that have risen to the occasion and are participating in this morning's event. Your commitment to the holistic development of your students and your recognition of the importance of national pride and historical literacy is deeply commendable. Your efforts to engage students, parents, and the wider school communities in preparation for this event exemplify true educational leadership and dedication to national service. Understanding one's heritage, culture, and history is not a luxury. It's a necessity. For the individual, it fosters identity, pride, and purpose. For society, it cultivates unity, continuity, and resilience. When our children know where they come from, they are better equipped to navigate where they are going, with values rooted in the struggles, victories, and sacrifices of those who came before them. However, I must also register a measure of disappointment in the schools that have opted not to participate in this year's activity, an event that has held a long-standing and significant place on our school's calendar for decades. While we acknowledge the presence of challenges, it is our firm belief that with strategic planning, a spirit of collaboration, and the effective leveraging of both internal and external resources from educators, parents, alumni, and community partners, schools can and should ensure that their students are not deprived of these enriching national experiences. And it must also acknowledge a pattern that has developed this year, starting with the numeracy quiz, and just last week with the spelling bee activity, and today with the national quiz. To the schools that have done just that, worked in tandem with their students, families, and school stakeholders, thank you. Your efforts affirm that participation in national activities is not merely an optional endeavor, but a national duty. Events of this nature must command the same commitment and intentional action as any other core academic pursuit. Let this year be an exception. Moving forward, full participation from all schools will not only be encouraged, it will be expected. Our children deserve nothing less. In closing, I extend sincere gratitude to the Department of Youth and Culture for their continued and unwavering support for this national event. Your partnership plays a pivotal role in preserving and promoting our national identity. Once again, welcome to all present today. Let us enjoy a morning of learning, celebration, and healthy competition. all in the spirit of honoring our beloved Anguilla. Thank you, and may the best school win. Normally I will make a joke about my color of my shirt, but more importantly, let every student here this morning know that your presence and participation is victory enough. It speaks volumes about your commitment to ideals that rise above self-interest, ideals of national pride, civic responsibility, and a deep appreciation for your country and its history. You all are already champions, not just of knowledge, but of character and of the Anguillian spirit. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you so much, Mr. Romney. Now we now welcome Ms. Avon Carty, Director of Department of Youth and Culture, with some brief remarks.
Chief Education Officer, Mr. Brent Romney, colleagues in the Department of Education, including teachers, students, parents, and most important, participants, good morning. As Director of the Department of Youth and Culture, it gives me great pleasure to deliver just brief remarks so that we can get into the real meat of the matter. This is an auspicious occasion, and it is important that we set the tone. Department of Youth and Culture, we are so proud to be the sponsors of this event. It's an ongoing sponsorship, as Mr. Romney indicated, and it's a reflection of our commitment to celebrate our heritage and engage our young people in the story of Anguilla. I remember working on this quiz, and I'm wanting to say not very long ago, but for many of you, this is probably 2017, 2018, so some of you probably weren't even born yet. And to me, it just felt like yesterday. And it always engendered a sense of excitement with regard to the potential that this event has for stimulating young minds and encouraging them in the passion of learning our history, our culture, and what it really means to be Anguillian. I too must therefore express my grave disappointment when I learned that only 3 schools were going to be participating this year. I believe that this quiz, and this is me personally, I believe that this quiz is a valuable opportunity to build national pride and deepen the historical understanding of Anguilla, not only among our children, but their parents, their siblings, and even their teachers. We sincerely hope to see that a renewed interest in the Anguilla Inter-Primary School, the annual Inter-Primary School Anguilla Day Quiz, and a wider participation in the years to come. We trust that this year is just an anomaly. With that said, I commend the students, teachers, and schools who are here today. You represent the best of Anguilla. Your presence speaks volumes with regard to your dedication, determination, and interest in our national journey. I wish all of the teams the very best and encourage you to enjoy the spirit of friendly competition. Thank you for stepping up. And thank you all for being here this morning.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Carty. Sorry. Now we'll have Mistress Susan Smith, Education Officer, Primary and Pre-Primary, as she does the introduction of the participants, quiz officials, and explain the rules of this competition. Let's give her a round of applause as she comes.
Good morning, everyone. I adopt the protocol already established. Here are the rules that will govern this morning's competition. There will be 6 rounds of 10 questions. Each question will be called and repeated once. Students should consult briefly and quietly with one another. 30 seconds will be allocated for writing the answer. If more time is necessary to complete an answer, the quiz mistress can use her discretion to grant additional time. Each answer must be written clearly in the space provided. When the quiz mistress directs, one student will write the answer. The quiz mistress can ask any school in turn to answer the question. The quiz mistress will confirm whether the answer is correct, and the spotter will mark the student's response. Additionally, the spotter will indicate whether the school has provided the correct answer by displaying the name tag. Spotters can seek clarification on answers if necessary. The quiz mistress's decision on all answers shall be final. 2 points will be awarded for each correct answer. 1 point will be awarded for a partial or half of the answer at the quiz mistress's discretion. Any participant being prompted will be disqualified immediately, and the prompter will be asked to leave the room. The scores will be given at 2 intervals, that is, at the end of round 3 and finally at the end of round 6. The spotters will remove the answer sheet at the end of each round and take it to the scorers. At the end of the 6th and final round, the scorers shall tally their scores, and the team with the most points shall be the winner. In the case of a tie for first position, the quiz mistress shall have additional questions that shall be used for the knockout. So those are the rules that will govern the competition. I will now introduce the quiz officials. Our timekeeper is Teacher Renee, one of our numeracy coordinators. Please give her a round of applause. Our scorers are Teacher Shaneth Smith and Teacher Denise Warrington, our ICT teachers. The quiz mistress is Ms. Sandra Foy, Education Officer Curriculum. And she will be assisted by Mrs. Tracelyn Hamilton, Education Officer, Student Support Services. Now for our students, our participants. Representing Aurelia Kelly Primary School, we have Kadranique Lake and Adjoa Carty. Please give them a round of applause. Representing Valley Primary School, we have Leanne Warner and Kiana Hodge. And representing Vivian Vanterpool Primary School, we have Conasia Mathurin and Lenisha Smith. To the students, I say enjoy this experience and may the best team win. Good luck to all of you. I now ask our 3 spotters to take up your position on the stage, please. Okay, I now turn the proceedings over to our quiz mistress, Ms. Sandra Foy, to commence the competition. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good. Students, can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So remember, I will read each question twice, and then you will consult with your partner, and one person will write the answer. Ensure that you write clearly on your paper so that the spotter can understand what you have written. All right? Spotters, could you just move the mics to the side of the table, please? So spotters, if you need to clarify a response, you just raise your hand and share that response with me. All right? Okay, so we're ready? Students, we're ready?
Yes.
Okay, so our first round, the questions are based on historic events and developments. Historic events and developments. And your first question, name or give the name of the cultural show that was scheduled for the 4th of February 1967 and was disrupted. Name the cultural show that was scheduled for the 4th of February 1967 and was disrupted. Could a student from Aurelia Kelly give the answer, please?
The Beauty Queen Show.
That's correct, the Beauty Queen Show. So spotters, indicate one more time for us, please. Okay. Question 2. Where was Government House located during the time of the Anguilla Revolution? Where was Government House located during the time of the Anguilla Revolution?
Ransom Estate.
Lansom Estate is correct. Question 3. Which group of people did the HMS Salisbury bring to Anguilla in 1967? Which group of people did the HMS Salisbury bring to Anguilla in 1967?
The St. Kitts policemen.
The St. Kitts policemen is correct, or policemen from St. Kitts. Question 4. When did the high point of the Anguilla Revolution take place? When did the high point of the Anguilla Revolution take place?
The 30th of May 1967.
The 30th of May 1967, that's correct. Question 5. Who opened fire on the residence of Mr. Clifford Rogers on the 28th of May, 1967? Who opened fire on the residence of Mr. Clifford Rogers on the 28th of May, 1967?
The St. Kitts policeman.
The St. Kitts policeman is correct. Question 6. Which building or establishment in the valley was attacked by a small group of freedom fighters on the 20th of April, 1967? Which building or establishment in the valley was attacked by a small group of freedom fighters on the 20th of April, 1967?
The police headquarters.
The correct answer is Lloyd's Hotel. Lloyd's Hotel. We move on. We move on to question 7. In which country did the independent Commonwealth Caribbean countries meet to iron out certain snags in the plan to send a peacekeeping force to Anguilla? In which country did the independent Commonwealth Caribbean countries meet to iron out certain snags in the plan to send a peacekeeping force to Anguilla?
Barbados.
Repeat your answer.
Barbados.
Barbados is the correct answer. Question 8. What was the outcome of the armed attack on St. Kitts on 9th June 1967? What was the outcome of the armed attack on St. Kitts on 9th June 1967?
It failed and 5 men were captured.
That's correct. So, okay. Aurelia Kelly, what do you have?
It was a failed attack.
That's correct. So all schools are correct. Question 9. On the 4th of August 1967, a bus ran off the main road, killing 3 persons. Where did this incident take place? On the 4th of August 1967, a bus ran off the main road, killing 3 persons. Where did this incident take place? Or name the village where this incident took place.
The valley.
The valley is correct. And the last question in the first round, historic events and developments. Where did Mr. Jeremiah Gums and Dr. Roger Fisher go to address the United Nations Special Committee on Colonialism and request them to come to Anguilla's assistance? Where did Mr. Jeremiah Gums and Dr. Roger Fisher go to address the United Nations Special Committee on Colonialism and request them to come to Anguilla's assistance?
New York.
New York is correct. Students, make sure the name of your school is written at the top of your sheet, and you can hand it to Teacher Susan. As soon as you've done that, get prepared for round 2, and the questions will be based on, again, historic events and developments. The first question: what happened to Government House on 8th March 1967? What happened to Government House on 8th March 1967?
His house went up in flames.
Okay. Let me hear another school's response.
It was burned to the ground.
It was burned to the ground. I'll accept your answer as well, Valley Primary. Okay? So it was burnt to the ground, or it went up in flames. Question 2. On 27th May 1967, at what time of the day were the 50 rounds of ammunition fired at Lloyd's Hotel? The 27th of May 1967, at what time of day were the 50 rounds of ammunition fired at Lloyd's Hotel?
When night fall,
Say again.
when night fell,
Yes, shortly after nightfall.
Will you take in the night?
Sorry?
Will you take in the night? Will you take the answer in the night?
Yes. Shortly after nightfall is in the night. Question 3. How many policemen were expelled from Anguilla on the 30th of May, 1967? How many policemen were expelled from Anguilla on the 30th of May, 1967?
Will you read? 13.
13 policemen were expelled from Anguilla on 30th May 1967. Question 4. Which group was established to manage the island's affairs until elections could be held? Which group was established to manage the island's affairs until elections could be held? And this would have been after 30th May 1967.
The Peacekeeping Committee.
That's correct. Peacekeeping Committee. Who just answered? Valley. And you said the Peacekeeping Committee? All right, let me hear the response from another school. Everybody has the same thing? All right, so I'll give 1 point. It's specifically the Anguilla Peacekeeping Committee. So 1 point for each of the schools. Question 5. Give the day or the date, month, and year when the Peacekeeping Committee was established. The Anguilla Peace... Let me repeat that. Question 5. Give the date, month, and year when the Anguilla Peacekeeping Committee was established. Vivian Vanterpool.
31st of May, 1967.
That's correct. The 31st of May, 1967. Question 6. Which group of people invaded Anguilla on the 19th of March, 1969? Which group of people invaded Anguilla on the 19th of March, 1969? Aurelia Kelly?
The British invasion. Oh, no. The British paratroopers.
The British paratroopers is correct. Let me hear your answer, Valley Primary.
2nd Battalion Paratroopers.
Say it again.
2nd Battalion Paratroopers.
Battalion. Okay, that's correct as well. So that is all schools? Amir? No? Okay, what does Vivian Vanderpool have?
The Red Devils.
That's correct. Yes. So the responses could have been the British paratroopers, or the Red Devils and Marines. Or the 2nd Battalion, as Vivian Vanderpool said. Valley, sorry. Question 7. Name the 2 frigates that brought the troops to Anguilla in March of 1969. Name the 2 frigates that brought the troops to Anguilla in March 1969. Valley Primary.
HMS Minerva and HMS Rothesay.
HMS Minerva, HMS Rothesay. Question 8. Which commission held public hearings in Anguilla in 1970? Which commission held public hearings in Anguilla in 1970?
The Valley Community Center.
Which commission held public hearings in Anguilla in 1970? Let's hear what another school has. Valley?
The Wooding Commission.
The Wooding Commission is the correct answer. Question 9. Why, and you have to listen very carefully to this question, why did some 300 Anguillians armed with sticks and stones and pieces of iron surround the courthouse on the 5th of February, 1970? Why did some 300 Anguillians who were armed with sticks and stones and pieces of iron surround the courthouse on the 5th of February, 1970? Aurelia Kelly?
To prevent Justice B. Relmick from holding court.
That's correct. To prevent Justice B. Renrick from holding court. What answer do you have, Vivian Vanterpool?
We didn't get to finish.
So what were you intending to write? Let me hear it. Okay. Question. She said no. All right, question 10, which is the last question in this second round. What was Anguilla declared as on the 6th of February 1969? What was Anguilla declared as on the 6th of February 1969?
An independent republic.
An independent republic is the correct answer. And we're going to move into round 3. We will continue with historic events and developments. First question in round 3. Give the name of the gentleman who made the proposal that Burroughs Park be renamed Ronald Webster's Park. Give the name of the gentleman who proposed or who made the proposal that Burroughs Park be renamed Ronald Webster's Park.
Winston Harrigan.
Yes, that's correct, Mr. Winston Harrigan. Question 2. A public meeting was held by Mr. Ronald Webster on the 2nd of February, 1969. Where was that meeting held? A public meeting was held by Mr. Ronald Webster on the 2nd of February, 1969. Where was the meeting held?
Ronald Webster's Park.
Yes, it was held on the Ronald Webster's Park. Let me hear the answer that you have.
Burroughs Park.
We'll accept that. Okay, so indicate spotters. Question 3, or item 3. I am going to give you 3 answers. You will choose the correct one. So the item reads, the Anguilla schooner, which sank on its way from Barbados to Guadeloupe in December 1967, was called the MV Ruth, the Speed Artist, or the Rambler. I'll read again. The Anguilla schooner, which sank on its way from Barbados to Guadeloupe in December 1967 was called the MV Ruth, the Speed Artist, or the Rambler? Vivian Vanderpool,
The MV Ruth.
Valley Primary,
The MV Route 16.
Aurelia Kelly.
Yes, the same thing.
Okay, the correct answer is the Speed Artist. The Speed Artist. Question 4. What was the name of the newspaper that went into circulation on the 19th of September, 1968? What was the name of the newspaper that went into circulation on the 19th of September, 1968?
The Anguillian Observer.
Okay. Could you repeat your answer? What is? Yeah, repeat your answer, please.
The Anguillian Observer.
Say it again.
The Anguillian Observer.
Okay. Let's hear what Valley Primer has.
The Observer.
Vivian Vanderpool.
The Anguillian Observer.
Tell me what they have. So the correct answer is not the Anguillian Observer, it is the Anguilla Observer. The Anguilla Observer. So we have to be very specific about the name. Question 5. Give the name of one of the men who accompanied Mr. Ronald Webster to London in October 1968 to meet with Mr. Robert Bradshaw. Give the name of one of the men who accompanied Mr. Ronald Webster to London in October 1968 to meet with Mr. Robert Bradshaw.
Peter Adams.
Vivian Vanderpool, what do you have?
Reverend C. Leonard Carty.
That's correct. Aurelia Kelly?
Sir Emil Combs.
So the correct answers, you should have had one of these. Reverend Leonard Carty or Mr. Carl Hudson Phillips. Reverend Leonard Carty or Mr. Carl Hudson Phillips. Question 6. Which flag did the Three Dolphins flag replace in 1967? Which flag did the Three Dolphins flag replace in 1967? Vivian Vanterpool, could I get the answer, please?
The mermaid's flag.
The mermaid flag, that's correct. So we're on to question 7. What was the name of the first political party in Anguilla? What was the name of the first political party in Anguilla?
People's Progressive Party.
Yes, that's correct. People's Progressive Party. Question 8. 5 men from Anguilla were apprehended in St. Kitts after the June 10, 1967 failed mission. In which month did their trial begin in the High Court? 5 men from Anguilla were apprehended in St. Kitts after the June 10, 1967 failed mission. In which month did their trial begin in the High Court? Valley Primary.
July.
Vivian Vanterpool.
July.
Aurelia Kelly.
October.
October is the correct answer. Question 9. How many places did Mr. Bradshaw seek military assistance from on the 31st of May 1967 in an effort to bring an end to the Anguilla Revolution? How many places did Mr. Bradshaw seek military assistance from on the 31st of May 1967 to bring an end to the Anguilla Revolution? Who wants to try that? Okay, Vivian?
3 places.
3 places, that's correct. 3 places. And your last question in the 3rd round is name one of those places. Name one of those places. Aurelia Kelly, what do you have?
Guyana.
That's correct. Valley Primary.
Guyana.
That's correct. Vivian Vanterpool.
Jamaica.
Jamaica, that's correct. So it's Barbados, Jamaica, and Guyana. So I'll have a little break now while we wait on the scores.
Bathroom break.
Okay, after the first 3 rounds, okay, after the halftime then, we have VVPS, 47 points. Let's give them a round of applause. We have VPS, 49 points. And we have Aurelia Kelly, 51 points. So once again, VVPS, 47 points, VPS, 49 points, and OKPS, 51 points. We're gonna. Okay, we're just waiting for the students to take a quick bathroom break, and we'll come back.
Okay, we are ready to resume, and we're going to move into round 4. And the focus is famous people. Round 4, and the items are focused on famous people. So the first question in round 4, who was Radio Anguilla's first female announcer? Who was Radio Anguilla's first female announcer?
Linda Banks.
Okay, that's correct. Dr. Linda Banks or Mrs. Linda Banks. Number 2. Who brought the 3 dolphins flag to Anguilla? Who brought the 3 dolphins flag to Anguilla? Tyler Primer.
Jeremiah Gomes.
Correct, Mr. Jeremiah Gomes. Question 3. Who resigned from the House of Assembly in St. Kitts on the 23rd of August, 1967? Who resigned from the House of Assembly in St. Kitts on the 23rd of August, 1967? Aurelia Kelly?
Peter Adams.
Yes, correct, Mr. Peter Adams. Number 4, question 4. What was the name of the premier of the three-island state at the time of the Anguilla Revolution? What was the name of the premier of the three-island state at the time of the Anguilla Revolution?
Robert Bradshaw.
That's correct, Premier Robert Bradshaw. Question 5. Mr. Peter Adams was dismissed as magistrate in 1968. Who acted as magistrate in his absence? Mr. Peter Adams was dismissed as magistrate in 1968. Who acted as magistrate in his absence? Valley Primary.
Raphael Lake.
Mr. Raphael Lake is the correct answer. Question 6. Who was the editor of the Anguilla Observer newspaper? Who was the editor of the Anguilla Observer newspaper? Aurelia Kelly?
Mr. Clifford Rogers.
Mr. Clifford Rogers, correct. Question 7. Give the name of the person who held public meetings across Anguilla to get support for associated statehood. Give the name of the person who held public meetings across Anguilla to get support for associated statehood.
Mr. Kenneth Hazel.
Valley Primary, let me hear your answer.
Mr. Robert Bradshaw.
That's correct, Mr. Robert Bradshaw. Or Premier or Chief Minister Robert Bradshaw. Question 8. Name or give the name of the Under Secretary at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office who visited Anguilla on the 21st of February, 1967. Give the name of the Under Secretary at the Foreign and Commonwealth Office who visited Anguilla on the 21st February, 1967. Valley?
John Webster.
Aurelia Kelly?
Mr. H.P. Hall.
Mr. H.P. Hall is the correct answer. Question 9. Who was the senior British official who arrived in Anguilla to oversee its administration on January 8, 1968? Who was the senior British official who arrived in Anguilla to oversee its administration on January 8, 1968? Aurelia Kelly?
Anthony Lee, better known as Tony Lee.
Yes, Mr. Anthony Lee or Mr. Tony Lee. And the last question in round 4. Who was the principal of the Valley Primary School when it opened on the 7th September 1970? Who was the principal of the Valley Primary School when it opened on 7th September 1970.
Mrs. Sinclair Buchanan.
Valley Primary.
Albina Lake Hodge.
Mistress Albina Lake Hodge is the correct answer. And we move straight into round 5. Send your papers, please, students. Round 5, the focus is on famous buildings and places. Famous buildings and places. Question 1. Which bank was forced to close for 2 days because it ran out of money in March 1968? Which bank was forced to close for 2 days because it ran out of money in March 1968? Valley Primary.
National Mid-Atlantic Bank.
That's correct. National Mid-Atlantic Bank. Question 2. Which bank purchased the assets of the Anguilla branch from Which bank purchased the assets of the Anguilla branch from the St. Kitts-based National Mid-Atlantic Bank? Which bank purchased the assets of the Anguilla branch from the St. Kitts-based National Mid-Atlantic Bank?
Bank of America.
Bank of America is the correct answer. Question 3. Where was Lloyd's Hotel located? Where was Lloyd's Hotel located?
In the valley.
In the valley. That's correct. Question 4. Where did some 30 Anguillan businessmen meet to establish the Anguilla Chamber of Commerce? Where did some 30 Anguillan businessmen meet to establish the Anguilla Chamber of Commerce? Vivian?
The courthouse.
The courthouse is correct. Valley Primary? What did,
Community center in the valley.
okay. Question 5. When did the famous mahogany tree fall? So you're going to give me the date, the month, and the year. When did the famous mahogany tree fall? Aurelia Kelly?
The 12th of November 1972.
Valley Primary?
The 12th of November 1971.
The 12th of November, 1971 is the correct answer. Question 6. Why did the mahogany tree fall? What was the reason why the mahogany tree fell? Why did the tree fall?
Because of old age.
Because of old age. The tree was old. Question 7. Where did Radio Anguilla first begin broadcasting? Where did Radio Anguilla first begin broadcasting?
On board the HMS Minerva.
On board the HMS Minerva. Correct. Question 8. Where is the Hilltop Baptist Church located? Where is the Hilltop Baptist Church located? Where is the Hilltop Baptist Church located?
Blowing Point.
Aurelia Kelly?
Island Harbor.
Island Harbor is the correct answer. Question 9. What do you have?
The White Hill.
No, Island Harbor. Question 9. Where did the first incident that sparked off the Anguilla Revolution take place? Where did the first incident that sparked off the Anguilla Revolution take place? Aurelia Kelly?
The Valley Secondary School.
The Valley Secondary School is the correct answer. And the last question in round 5 is, where did Mr. Kenneth Hazel hold a meeting to find out the public's opinion on the proposed nominated local council for Anguilla? Where did Mr. Kenneth Hazel hold a meeting to find out the public's opinion on the proposed nominated local council for Anguilla?
The Valley Community Center.
That's correct. The community center in the valley. We're in our final round, round 6, and we're looking at current events. And the first question, 3 Anguillian women will receive the Anguilla Badge of Honor and the King's Certificate at the Anguilla Day Parade on May 30th this year, 2025. Name any 2 of those women. 3 Anguillian women will receive the Anguilla Badge of Honor and the King's Certificate at the Anguilla Day Parade on May 30th this year. Name any 2 of the women. Vivian Vanderpool?
Anne J. Edwards and Margaret Augustus.
That's correct. Valley Primary?
Phyllis Fleming Banks and Margaret Augustus.
That's correct. Aurelia Kelly?
Dr. Phyllis Fleming Banks and Ann Edwards.
That's correct. So those 3 women are Miss Anne Edwards, Dr. Phyllis Fleming Banks, and Mrs. Margaret Augustus, also known as Nurse Margaret. Question 2. A minister of government has been nominated for the Caribbean Posh Icon Woman Award. Give the name of this minister. A minister of government has been nominated for the Caribbean Posh Icon Woman Award. Name this minister.
Shelia Roger Webster.
Yes? The Honorable Minister Shelia Rogers Webster is the correct answer. Question 3. The Malyahana Poetry Performance Round and awards ceremony. Yeah. The Aliahana Poetry Performance Round and Awards Ceremony was held on the 7th of May this year. What was the theme for this year's Maliahana Poetry Competition? The Maliahana Poetry Performance Round and Awards Ceremony was held on May 7th, 2025. What was the theme for this year's competition?
My mother say.
My mother say is the correct answer. Question 4. The Maliahana Poetry Committee paid tribute to the legacies of 2 cultural stalwarts with the unveiling of a commemorative plaque honoring their memory. Name those 2 individuals. The Maliahana Poetry Committee paid tribute to the legacies of 2 cultural stalwarts with the unveiling of a commemorative plaque honoring their memory. Name these 2 individuals. Vivian Vanderpool.
The late Mrs. Colette Jones Chin and Mrs. Yolando Hodge Richardson.
You're correct, I'll accept. The names are Mrs. Colette Jones Chin, Mrs. Yolande Hodge Richardson. Question 5.
The Richardson's off. You take it?
Sorry?
Richardson is off. Yolanda Hodge.
Hodge.
Will you take that?
I'll give 1 mark.
Even
Yeah.
if they swap Richardson and Hodge as well. They had Yolanda Richardson Hodge.
If it's inverted, it's a little different.
Yeah. So that's Valley Primary and Aurelia Kelly will get 1 mark. Not, sorry. Okay, so OKPS, what was your answer?
Yolanda Richardson Hodge and Colette Jones Chin.
Okay, so you'll get 1 mark. And Valley Primary will also get the 1 mark. Question 5. 8 retired nurses will be inducted in the National Nursing Hall of Fame on May 31st, 2025. Name any 2 of the awardees. 8 retired nurses will be inducted in the National Nursing Hall of Fame on May 31st, 2025. Name any 2 of the awardees. Okay, go ahead, Aurelia Kelly.
Kimberly Proctor and Prudence Hodge.
That's not correct. Valley Primary.
Prudence Richardson and Maria Walters.
That's correct. Vivian Vanterpool.
Dana Ruwan and Edith Proctor.
That's correct. So it's Prudence Richardson, not Prudence Hodge. You said Prudence Hodge. Question 6. Or maybe I could name all the awardees just for your information. Gracita Christopher, Prudence Richardson, John Gajada, Dana Ruwan, Enid Proctor, Margaret Augustus, Cynthia Hughes Richardson, and Maria Walters. Question 6. Earlier this month, the Anguilla House of Assembly hosted a youth leadership forum. Where was this forum held? Earlier this month, the Anguilla House of Assembly hosted a youth leadership forum. Where was it held? Valley Primary? Don't have an answer. Aurelia Kelly?
The courthouse.
The correct answer is London. Question 7. Who is the recently appointed Director of Tourism? Who is the recently appointed Director of Tourism? So you're going to give the person's name. Aurelia Kelly?
Jaheim Brochester.
The correct answer is Jamil Rochester. Mr. Jamil Rochester. Question 8. All primary schools and preschools participated in a prayer session on Friday, 16th May 2025. What was the name given to the prayer session? All primary schools and preschools participated in a prayer session on Friday, 16th May 2025. What was the name given to the prayer session? Valley Primary?
Drop everything and pray.
drop everything and pray. That is correct. Question 9. A third form student at the Albina Lake Arch Comprehensive School won the 2025 letter writing competition sponsored by the Anguilla Post Office. What is the name of the student? A third form student at the Albina Lake Arch Comprehensive School won the 2025 letter writing competition sponsored by the Anguilla Post Office. What is the name of the student? Aurelia Kelly?
Miss Princess Sedino Fleming.
That's correct. Miss Princess Sedano Fleming. And our final question. Which football team won the Anguilla Football Association's Under-15 Youth League? Which football team won the Anguilla Football Association's Under-15 Youth League? So you're giving the name of that team.
Spartans FC.
That's correct. The Spartans Football Club. Yes?
We was going to put the Spartans as, but we don't finish yet.
What do you have written on your paper? Spartans? That's fine.
We finished yet.
She was writing when the bell. She was writing when the bell went? Okay. Spartans is the correct answer. Okay, so we will now wait for the final scores for today's competition. And I think our students are deserving of a big round of applause. They all did extremely well in this competition. If I didn't have the paper, you know what else I was going to say.
Let's give the students a big round of applause once again. We'll now have the vote of thanks by teacher Natasha Alwaters.
Good morning to everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Thank you, that's better. I'm pleased to be standing here on behalf of all the students, the staff, and the colleagues to convey my gratitude. First and foremost, I want to give thanks to Almighty God for gracing us with His presence and for allowing us life and strength to assemble here this morning. Absolutely nothing is possible without Him. So we got to give thanks and praise to our Almighty God. Heartfelt appreciation is extended to all the students who warmly accepted the invitation to take part in this year's Anguilla Day Quiz competition. I'm at a loss of words to express my gratitude for their participation and willingness to do things out of their comfort zones. Let's give them a big round of applause. They were very brave, and some of us don't have the heart to be up there, so they really deserve a round of applause. Thank you so much for being so brave. Special thanks dedicated to our teachers/coaches who have worked tirelessly with the students and motivated them to perform their best for this event. You served as a pillar of strength to them. We express our heartfelt gratitude for your unwavering support over the past months. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you greatly to our parents for always encouraging and supporting our children. They cannot achieve excellence without your help. Thank you so much for taking the time to come to this event and for being there for them. Give yourselves a round of applause, parents. You cannot be left unnoticed. Additionally, we must mention those who actively contributed to the smooth running of the program this morning. Teacher Neris Fleming for chairing this event and for inspirational prayer. Thank you so much. Mr. Bren Romney, our Chief Education Officer, for the welcoming remarks that he gave this morning. Thank you. Ms. Arvon Carty, the Director of the Department of Youth and Culture, for her brief remarks, and for soon to come assistance with the presentation of the awards. We thank you so much. Mrs. Susan Smith, our Education Officer, Primary and Pre-Primary. She wore many hats this morning. We are grateful to you for the introduction of the participants and the quiz officials. We are especially thankful for your clear and direct explanation of the rules pertaining to this event and for the distribution of the awards soon to come. Thank you in advance. I would be falling short of my responsibility if I did not express my gratitude to, number one, the quiz mistress, Miss Sandra Foy, Education Officer Curriculum. Thank you so much. Mrs. Tracelyn Hamilton, Education Officer, Student Support Services, for being a dedicated assistant to the quiz mistress. Thank you so much. And our scorers, Teacher Shannon Smith and Teacher Dennis Warrington, our ICT teachers. They were on task from the beginning of this event. Thank you so much. Teacher Renee Wills, our numeracy coordinator, for monitoring the time and allowing the students sufficient time to think about and record their responses. Thank you so much. We also are grateful for confetti dust for the lovely decor that we have at the front of the stage this morning. Thank you. Titanium Audio Visual for the live streaming of this event. Thank you so much. And Ms. Carla Harris, Communications Officer for organizing logistics. Thank you so much. Additionally, we cannot not mention our sponsors for this event. You cannot be not mentioned. For example, this is the Department of Youth and Culture, and you did an invaluable support to ensuring that this event was a success. And we are very, very grateful for that. Give them a round of applause. Our maintenance officers for their support in setting up the space for this event. And certainly our spotters, you are not forgotten. Thank you for volunteering to assist our participants during this competition. And of course, the principal and staff of the MVPS deserve special recognition for permitting us the use of their auditorium. Give them a round of applause. Finally, I'd like to convey my gratitude to everyone sitting here for taking the time to join us today and for assisting us in making this event a huge success. Thank you very much to everyone from the bottom of my heart. Peace and love from Aurelia Kelly Primary School. Yay! And now, let's sit back and relax and wait patiently for the results of our new Anguilla Day Quiz champions.
I wonder what Teacher Natasha is trying to suggest. Thank you, Teacher Natasha, for your words of gratitude. Let us give all the students a round of applause for a job well done. I am certain you will agree with me that all the schools, all the students performed exceptionally well today. It was a very good competition. Just to let you know, we have 6 points between first place and second place, and 3 points between second and third. Very good. Okay, I'm going to ask Ms. Avankati, Director of Youth and Culture, to come forward to assist with the distribution of the awards. Okay, so in third position, with a total of 89 points, we have who? Vivian Vanterpool Primary School. The school will receive a JBL Flip 6 speaker, and each student will receive a smart watch. Can someone please come forward for the prize for the school? Congrats. In second position with 92 points, we have Valley Primary School. The school will receive a JBL Flip 7, and each student will receive a Kindle Fire. Take it. That means the winner of the 2025 Inter-Primary Schools Anguilla Day Quiz is the Aurelia Kelly Primary School. And their total is 98 points. So the school will receive a JBL Charge 5 speaker, and each student will receive a Samsung tablet. So can someone please come from the school? Can someone from the school please come forward? Wait, teach. Let her. Yeah. No, she's giving no. Yes, go ahead. No, she's doing one at a time. Okay, let us give everyone another round of applause. Our teachers, our participants, our coaches. Give everybody another round of applause. So thank you very much. Thanks everyone for your support. And I trust you enjoy the rest of your day. See you next year, same time. I can't guarantee the same place, but see you next year at the same time for the Anguilla Day Quiz. Have a good day, everyone.